Everybody, now we're going to go over this week, week 2, and what's to be expected. Okay, so we're going to go down. You can go through your week 2 home. So you can click on, remember, you can click all the way down here, click on week 2, and it'll open you right into week 2. I'm not going to do that because I don't have it published yet, so you won't see it, but I'm going to go the other way. But once this is published, you'll be able to click right down there and go to week 2, and remember, click through. I'm going to go through the modules so that you guys can see what is in week 2. It's published now. I've done this earlier before. It'll be published today's Sunday. It'll be published tonight at 11:59. So you're going to see you have your weekly introduction. We're doing week 2, so it's chapter 2 in the book, and it's biological foundations. And we're going to click on the week 2 weekly guide to figure out so we can see what we are doing this week. So we have this weekly recorded Zoom video. So you're going to have 2 videos. I have one of the overview of the week, and then you'll have this one, which is the week 2 preview. So look at week 1 overview to look at all going over, I went over the assignment, attendance assignment, and the discussion groups a little bit. So go over that. There will be a weekly student, you will have our PowerPoint. So just like last week, so you see you have your readings, chapter 2, you have your heredity, prenatal development and birth, the whole chapter. Then you're gonna have 2 articles for your discussion group and the PGD and genes. You're gonna have your videos that you need to watch, my lectures, and then the extra videos. You're gonna have your attendance assignment, and it's actually a table you'll fill out, which I'll show you in just a second. Your homework quiz, same thing, 15 questions, 3 attempts. I take the best, it's on just chapter 2. And then your discussion group. So you're going to read both of the articles and then pick one and answer the questions, and then you're going to respond to 2 of your peers. And one of the responses must be from someone who wrote on the article you did not write on. So we'll look at that in just a moment. These are our objectives for this week lecture. So you're going to be 23 pairs of chromosome, conception to birth, labor and delivery, influences of prenatal development. So that's kind of an overview of the week here. So you just hit the next. And it's going to take us to my lecture. So then you see your first part right here is heredity and genes. Second part is preconception to birth. I have a lot of good information in there. Watch the lectures. I have information on the how to fill out clues for the test, for quiz questions, for answers throughout. So watch them. I do give hints and guide you, so please watch them. This is a heredity crash course. So it talks about genes and alleles. Good if you're having a hard time understanding the DNA stuff. It's a good little crash course. So about 8 minutes. This is a video on you're learning how genes and behavior. So you're going to learn how genes and behavior interact and how the environment can actually act on genes. So this is called epigenetics, and this is a short little 4-minute video to explain that. So it's a really good way to easily understand. This is the National Geographic in the Womb video I talk about in the lecture. It's conception to 9 months, and it's a very cool, neat, awesome video to watch because it actually has filmed the under microscopic video where you see the sperm actually traveling to meet the ovum, the egg, and fertilize. You can see all the periods. So 9-minute video. Watch it because you're going to want to visualize and understand the periods that you're going to be doing that homework assignment on. The attendance assignment on. So watch that video, and I usually tend to have some kind of question off of it for the test on that. We go over fetal medicine and fetal surgery. So this is a spina bifida. It's one of the surgeries they do for fetal medicine. So please watch it. It's short. It's going to show you how they actually can show a little bit of the surgery. So it's kind of cool. And then it's going to actually show you how the children do afterwards. So it's a very, very cool video I talk about in my lecture. We're going to be talking about PGD in our discussion group. So this is actually how they take a cell out of an embryo. So it's about 20 seconds, so watch it. And then this is the actual process of PGD. So it doesn't talk about like the ethics or anything of it. It talks to you how they do PGD. So if you don't understand in vitro and PGD, watch this and you're going to understand how they do it. So when you answer the discussion groups, you'll have a better understanding. So then the next thing is, remember you have your lifespan notes. So use these when you're watching the lectures, highlighting things, you know, that I talk about. And then you remember you have your PowerPoints. This is with every chapter. I will have these for both of these things, and it goes over, have these again in front of you while you're watching the lectures, watching the videos to take notes so that you remember what's important. This is your attendance assignment. This week it's a table, so it doesn't really pull the lines over when I put it through, but what you're going to do is going to take, there's 3 periods from preconception to labor, period of the zygote, period of the embryo, and period of the fetus. And then on the left-hand side is all the developmental milestones of prenatal development. You want to put an X wherever you feel that this matches what period. So you can actually, if you edit it, you can actually put it in the text here and submit it, or I actually have it downloaded right here. So if you just click it, you can open it up and then click the X and then upload it to the Canvas. So this is your attendance assignment, okay? So you need to really understand those periods of development. And for this chapter, this will be a really good study guide for when you take the first test next week. Not this next week, but week 3, I'm sorry. So week 3 when you take the test on chapter 1 and 2. This week, we just have chapter 2. So then you're going to go next. Remember, you have your homework quizzes. You're going to take it, you have 3 attempts, so take the highest, 15 points. Okay, so the discussion group this week. So last week, I forgot to put in the statement that your initial post is due on Thursdays before the final post on Sunday. That's going to be really important because we need to get all your posts in so that people have time to answer. So, like I said, I forgot to add this into Canvas last week. So I guys let all you guys have your due dates on Sunday, but starting from now on, you can see right now in the syllabus, but now it's also added into Canvas. Your initial posts are due the Thursday before they're due at, by 11:59, and then the 2 responses are due by Sunday. That allows that people that aren't waiting around to hear your responses, and to make sure that I can look at them and grade them on time, and that your people have time to respond to you. So the 2 ones you're going to be looking at, you're going to read both articles because you're going to either be writing your initial post on it and you're going to be writing some kind of response on both of them. So you can just click on them. And they're very short. This is 2 pages. And then it's all your genes to blame. And this is extending pre-implantation genetic diagnosis. Again, you open right up to it. So you need to read both because you're going to respond. Before your discussion initial post, you're going to choose one of the articles. You're going to write your initial post. You're going to answer the questions underneath. So on the genes, how much do genes matter? What extent do genes affect our behaviors and our features? What are your thoughts and views on these behavioral genetics? And the limitation of genetics in explaining human characteristics. So use the article, use examples from your life, what you've learned in this class, use the text, but I need to see some of the article supported in there. Piece of the article supporting your answers, some of the textbook. I need to see that you've read it, and that you understand it, and that you can apply it. So all your discussion groups are an application of what you learn. So you need to pull in what you learn and show it to support your examples. It doesn't have to be an APA or anything. You can just say from the gene article, I'm fine with that. But I need to see it. A lot of them in the last discussion group, they just kind of said, I'm doing this theory, and yet I didn't have any support in the body of it. And you weren't able to get full credit for that. So you need to show, when you have an opinion, you need to say, okay, this is why, or I'm addressing this in the article and my text says this. So just show me, I want to hear your lives. I want to hear what your opinions are, but I want to hear the support too. So the second one is the PGD. So you're going to look at it and we're going to ask that question. What's the ethics of that? Where do we draw the line regarding this technology? Should you be able to choose your child's sex, prevent or incurable disease, or push it even further to create designer babies? So read the article, use your book again, to support your answer. And let's be kind to each other. These can be kind of hot topic debates. So even when we disagree, let's be kind to each other and have a really good, healthy conversation, because this is where we can really learn and from each other and some of our people's experiences. So this is a great learning opportunity. So then just remember that you're going to need to answer to your peers, but you must choose one response from the article that you did not do the initial post on. So you will be writing to both of them in your responses. So one response will be from the opposite one, and then the second one you can choose it to be the opposite one, or you can choose it to be the one you wrote on, but at least one has to be the opposite. And that is the discussion group this week. So that is the end of this week. And we go on to the next week. So you have your lectures, you have your homework assignment, you have your attendance, the prenatal table to fill out, you have your homework quiz, and you have your discussion group on genes and PGD. So you have those three. It's all here in week 2. Remember, you click on week 2 in the home and you get there. Remember, keep using the frequently asked questions, help each other out. Keep emailing me. I'm glad to answer your questions. And I look forward to this week and seeing what you guys have to say. You guys have had some really insightful thoughts, and I look forward to you guys interacting with each other. So have a great week and keep it up, and I'll see you next week.